Jesus can be considered a Muslim.
Han Meditation. Hey guys, as you can see, I have all these journals. The link will be in the description. Hello guys, I am Han. This is Kelly. We are Han Meditations, and we are back with another video. So today we have another question for ChatGPT, really trying to unravel the mysteries of the world. I mean, there's so many things that we don't know, especially about Jesus and his life. So, you know, we just want to really get down to it and uncover the truth. So, hello, ChatGPT. Today, some questions I want you to answer yes or no, and some I want elaboration. For the first one, I want just some elaboration. Could you just tell me what the definition of a Muslim is?
A Muslim is someone who follows the religion of Islam, which means they submit to the will of Allah, God, and adhere to his teachings. The term itself means one who submits in Arabic. Muslims believe in the core tenets of their faith, which include the belief in the oneness of God, the prophethood of Muhammad, and the importance of following the 5 pillars of Islam. These pillars consist of the declaration of faith, shahada, performing the 5 daily prayers, salat, giving charity, fasting during Ramadan, Psalm, and making the pilgrimage to Mecca, Hajj, if able. Essentially, being a Muslim involves a commitment to live according to the teachings of the Quran and the example set by the Prophet Muhammad. If you have more questions about this topic or related areas, feel free to ask.
Okay, so essentially the word Muslim literally means a person who submits to the will of God.
Yes, exactly. The word Muslim literally means one who submits to the will of God, Allah. It reflects the core belief in Islam that true peace and fulfillment come from surrendering to God's guidance and living in accordance with his teachings. If you have more questions or need clarification on anything else, just let me know.
So according to the strict definition that you just gave me about, Muslim meaning that it's one who submits to the will of God, does that mean that Jesus was technically Muslim?
In a broader sense, many Muslims believe that all prophets, including Jesus, known as Isa in Arabic, submitted to the will of God and followed his guidance. Therefore, from this perspective, Jesus can be considered a Muslim in the sense that he practiced submission to God. However, it's important to note that in Islamic teachings, Jesus is viewed as a prophet and messenger of God, not as a follower of the religion of Islam as it exists today, which began with the Prophet Muhammad. Islam teaches that all prophets, including Adam, Noah, Abraham, Moses, and Jesus, brought God's message to their people, and that they are all part of the same divine tradition. So, while Jesus submitted to God's will, the term Muslim specifically refers to those who follow the teachings of Islam as revealed in the Quran and through Muhammad. If you'd like to dive deeper into this topic or any related concepts, feel free to ask.
So, now that we established that, from your unbiased opinion historically, was Jesus Christian, yes or no?
Historically, no, Jesus was not a Christian. He was a Jewish man who lived in the 1st century. Christianity emerged as a distinct religion after his death and resurrection, based on the teachings of Jesus and the belief in him as the Messiah.
So why did people start to create Christianity if Jesus himself never said to start a religion to worship me?
Christianity began after Jesus' death and resurrection, when his followers, known as the disciples, started to spread his teachings. They believed he was the Messiah and the Son of God, fulfilling Jewish prophecies. The early Christians interpreted Jesus' message as a new covenant between God and humanity, emphasizing love, grace, and salvation. While Jesus did not explicitly establish a new religion during his life, his teachings and the events surrounding his crucifixion and resurrection led his followers to form a distinct community of believers. This community eventually evolved into what we now know as Christianity.
Did Jesus instruct his followers, his disciples, to spread his word or write his word or do anything after his death?
Yes, according to the New Testament, Jesus instructed his disciples to spread his teachings and message after his death. This is often referred to as the Great Commission, which is described in the Gospel of Matthew. In this passage, Jesus tells his disciples to go forth, make disciples of all nations, baptize them, and teach them to observe all that he commanded. While Jesus did not dictate any specific texts, his teachings were orally shared and later written down by his followers, leading to the formation of the Gospels and other New Testament writings. The early Christian community felt compelled to document Jesus' life, teachings.
You have another question?
No.
Wow. I mean, there you have it, guys. That is it. I mean, it said it right there.
Unreal.
I mean, it said it, guys. It's not going to just say that if it's not true. I mean, seriously, it said it because it can't lie.
Right.
So by definition, it literally said that Jesus himself was Muslim. It didn't say Isa. It didn't say in the Quran. It said Jesus himself was Muslim by the definition of Islam, according to what Muslims define themselves as, those who submit to God.
Yes.
And by that definition, I am Muslim.
Yeah, I mean, just, it's so powerful what we feel. It's like, that's, if you had to say like one sentence of what we believe and what's the most important thing to believe in life and the way to live your life, it's trusting God, believing in God. Like, if you got that and you're really secure with that, like, everything else is just by the wayside. Like, that is the most important thing, and that's why we love Islam so much, and we're learning and we're teaching through our learning, which is a beautiful thing. But it's just you get chills when you just even say that, because the power, like, it actually starts bringing tears in the back of my eyes. It's so special, it's so sacred, and it's so true. Like, if you really can come to terms with yourself where you will submit to God no matter what, it's not a scary thing. Oh, I gotta submit, and oh no, it's liberating, because no matter what happens, your mind, it doesn't matter what's going through your mind, you know nothing compared to God. Oh, this is not, I don't want this, it doesn't matter what you want. You don't even see the broader picture. God does, and so that's why it's here in your life for a reason. So just trust it, and then you can be happy all the time.
No, that's the absolute truth, Kelly, because if you trust God, then you trust everything, because Allah is the best of planners. That is the most beautiful saying, and it's just perfect, because it encapsulates so many things, because either you trust God or you don't. And I've been tested in my life, and I trust God. No matter what path I am on, I trust God, and my life is in his hands. If God wants me to die tonight, then I will die happy for God. That is what I am on. And that is what I believe everyone should believe.
Thanks for watching my video. If you are not subscribed, you are new, please subscribe my channel. Allah Hafiz.